All right, hopefully it works this time. So I'm gonna be real brief because it's a little long-winded on my answer. But Instagram has been trying us with this pause, and the gremlins just will not allow us to be great. All right, so Derek is back, so I'm gonna continue where we left off. Questions. I'm still on the same question.
Yeah, it's trying us. It really is. I was
Yes, it's the gremlins. It's the IG gremlins. Yeah, I was saying that I added on male co-hosts to the show to shake it up a bit because you can't have, yes, women, we can give our opinion, but men give their opinion as well too. So I try to, weigh it out so that we all come together because it's important within the black community. We got to have these conversations.
It definitely is. It definitely is. The importance of it is amazing. And to just kind of speak on a little bit about understanding what it's like to have both perspectives. I think kind of like that when you're growing up. You know what I mean? Kind of like that when you're in households. Kind of like that when you're on the jobs, and kind of like that when you're in the professions that you share. And it's definitely amazing. It's definitely amazing. So your thoughts on? I know a lot of things are culturally driven in society, right? So, what are your thoughts on that? Like, what is your perception on what reality paints us as, and then like how are things we could use to combat that in a way to where we know what's going on, but in a way to where it's not a situation where people got to feel like we got to scrape, scratch, claw, fight at all these things like that. You know what I mean? So, what would be some things that you would propose to our community when it's faced with what's going on in society today?
Yes, unite. And that's why I have these conversations on my platform. Everybody has a difference of opinion. I've had so many guests on the show, and excuse me, some of the audience members would not agree with the guests that I've had on my show, some of their opinions, but it's just like everybody has their own opinion, their own point of view, their own perspective. So we all have to see it for each other. My thing is you can disagree with a person, but do it respectfully. Don't, do something out of malicious intent or, evil. You can dislike a person's ways or what they're saying, but the thing is, we have to learn to respect each other in society and get by because we are the most oppressed. And that's what I've been trying to get my people to understand, our people to understand for the longest. Like, we have been pointing the finger, judging and blaming the next person, but the main person who is holding us back is the oppressor.
Mhm.
We know who has the most privilege in this country, and it is not people that look like us. So that's why we're working hard to getting to where we need to be.
Hmm. I love that answer. It's very true. Very very true. Unification in every way possible. Definitely the best thing that you can kind of contribute towards. Because even in my fields, even now in all the many things that I do, I still like to talk about unifying. Still like to make sure we know or we all on common grounds. It doesn't matter how it may be, how much money somebody makes. It's not about that when it comes to unification of us as a race. That was amazing. Those were some of the three questions that I know for sure that I wanted to make sure that I got a chance to ask you. It kind of give me a little bit more of me knowing the type of person you are, and the type of direction that you see yourself going, and that's